morning, everyone. To all of our visitors and guests, my name is Tracy Belsky, and I am lucky enough to be the principal out here at Elmer Wolfe. Welcome to all of you. We have a very fun morning program planned, so we're going to get right to it. We're going to start with the pledge from some of our fifth graders.
Say your name. Good. Reagan, Jaden, Ellie, Charlotte, Cadence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May everyone please stand for a moment of silence.
Everyone should be standing, please, for a moment of silence. Thank you, and please be seated. Thank you, fifth graders. Very well done. I would like to welcome a few of our guests who are here with us this morning. They are very special to us, and they came here to deliver some good news about a gift that will support our school and students today, as well as for many years to come. Let us show an Elmer Wolfe welcome to Greg and Roberta Collert from the Collert Foundation. And we also have Ellen Myers, who is the Executive Director of the Collert Foundation. Next, let's welcome Steve Salem, President and CEO of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. And finally, Hall of Fame baseball player, our very own hometown hero, baseball legend, Cal Ripken Jr. Now, I would like to turn it over to someone who you may see on TV each morning. WBAL TV's meteorologist, Ava Marie, is here with us and so generously said she would be our MC through the program this morning. Let's welcome Ava Marie.
Thank you, Principal Belsky. You know what I love about being a meteorologist? Weather is one of the first sciences that you all get to explore hands-on, even at this age. Think about every time it's raining and you get to go outside and you can go out and catch some raindrops on your tongue. You are being a chemist in that moment. You are testing out what the water tastes like. And on a snow day, when you wake up and the whole ground is covered in snow, you get to test out physics. You get to perfect the perfect snowball and to slide fast down a hill on the sled. Now, I think that's a sore subject because we didn't get much snow this year, did we? Oh, maybe next year, guys, next year. I was your age when I realized that I wanted to become a scientist because I wanted to understand the world around me. And I am so excited that right here, because of the STEM Center, you guys are going to get to grow as the next generation of scientists. And all of this is made possible by the partnership between the Collert Foundation, Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, and Carroll County Public Schools. Thanks to the wonderful generosity of the Collert Foundation, every single elementary and middle school in Carroll County will receive a state-of-the-art STEM center by 2024. And that's 29 more STEM centers for all of you kids. Let's give a big round of applause. Woo! Now, I understand that there are also principals in this room from some of the other schools in this district who will be benefiting from these STEM centers. So welcome to all you for being here. This gift means that there will be classrooms full of activity kits, STEM stations in every school, plus curriculum and training for teachers. High-tech tools, including snap circuits, B-bots, Ozobots, you're going to get to see some of those in action in just a little bit. All of this is going to help students with their problem solving and critical thinking skills. I really want to go back to elementary school. Do you think I could pass for you guys? Could I sneak in? Well, to talk more about these STEM centers and to see what they mean for your schools, please welcome Cynthia McCabe, Superintendent of Carroll County Public Schools.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here today to celebrate the opening of the new STEM lab here at Elmer Wolfe Elementary School. We're also celebrating the implementation of STEM labs at Taneytown and Robert Moton Elementary Schools, as well as 6 of our middle schools, which will be opening this spring. Our first CCPS STEM Center opened at Ebb Valley Elementary School 1 year ago. By next spring, we'll have STEM centers at all elementary and middle schools, making us the first school system in Maryland to have district-wide STEM lab implementation. This amazing opportunity for our students would not be possible without the CalArt Foundation. We are very grateful for the support of the foundation for these STEM labs and the many other projects they have supported throughout the years. I would also like to thank the Ripken Foundation for their support of this initiative and the ongoing training and technical support they will be providing for our STEM centers. These STEM labs will greatly enrich the education of our students, who will benefit from engaging hands-on lessons linked to our curriculum. The benefits of STEM are many. It teaches critical thinking and innovation, provides unique opportunities for collaboration, and fosters creativity. It also shows real-world applications and prepares our students to be college and career ready. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. All right. I will now turn things back over to Ava Marie.
Thank you, Mrs. McCabe. We cannot wait to see what all the students accomplish through these STEM centers. Now, besides Cal Ripken, the CalArt Foundation is also a hometown hero. That's because they have main offices very close by, and they support the entire community and their quality of life through healthcare, education, youth programs, veteran organizations, and human services. So please join me in welcoming Greg CalArt, President of the CalArt Foundation.
Thank you, Ava Marie, and good morning, everyone. We love all the energy in the room here. It's wonderful and great to see you all. So to start, I would like to thank the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation and the Carroll County School System for making this amazing STEM project come true. They are great partners, and they are the best team ever. So yesterday, I had the opportunity to play in the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation golf tournament. And even better, I got to play with Cal Ripken. He was on our team. So as many of you know, Cal's a very famous baseball player and has many accomplishments, which you'll hear more about later. But one of which is that he hit 431 home runs. So that's a lot of home runs. That's a lot of baseballs he hit out of the park. Well, I want you to know he plays golf the same way. He hits the ball a long, long ways. And in fact, there were many times I could not even see the ball land. It was so far out there. So we're very happy to have Mr. Ripken as a partner, as well as some of the other people at their foundation. That includes Steve Salem and Carrie LeBeau. And we also have had a great long-term relationship with Carroll County School System. And we partner with them and investing in education and helping children. There's been several projects we've been involved with, but I'd like to say that this is by far our most favorite and the one we're most excited about and how much it will help you all. And last but not least, I'd like to give a shout out to your teachers. Aren't they the best? So let's give a round of applause to all the teachers. So why does the Collard Foundation support and promote STEM? Well, over the past 15 years, the U.S. produces only 10% of the world's science and engineering graduates. And I feel we can and should do better. And per a World News report, in the USA, we are 11th of 64 countries with science degrees and 30th of 64 countries with math degrees. Again, I think this is something we can do better. We need to change this, and we want to help make that happen. One more fact is that STEM workers on average earn about $90,000 per year versus $40,000 for non-STEM jobs. So that's a huge difference and an opportunity for all of you to have good jobs and to make some very good money that'll help you to be more successful and happy in your life. So, students, you are going to love the new STEM Center. You will be learning by doing hands-on activities, which will be entertaining and fun in the classroom. You'll gain knowledge, skills, and confidence in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. And in closing, I'd just like to say it's an honor and a privilege to be with you all here today. We are so passionate about the benefits of STEM education and can't wait to see the impact that this new fantastic STEM Center will have on you. Enjoy it, and thank you.
Thank you, Greg. You and Roberta and the Foundation are giving children such an amazing opportunity. As you said, a good quality of life through a job that gives them something that gives back to the world. Now I want to introduce the president and CEO of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, Steve Salem, to give a few remarks.
Thank you, Ava Marie. Okay, we're going to say thank you to a bunch of people now, okay? So first, let's thank the Collard Foundation. Not yet, hang on. Greg Collard, who you just heard from, Roberta Collard, and Ellen Myers. Let's give it up for them. Let me hear you loud, really loud. Nice. And then all these people over here who are hoping you don't notice them and see them, they're the ones who have put this all together so that we were ready today. They're working with your teachers, your schools. So let's thank all of them. And Ava Marie, our TV star. How many of you have met a TV star before? Oh, you have? Really? Let's give it up for Ava Marie really loud. Okay, and now we have one more. And when I introduce him, when I say his name, not till I say his name, I want you to stomp your feet as loud as you can. Not yet, not yet. Not yet. So you heard Mr. Collard say that Cal hit like 430 home runs. Let's make him feel like he just hit another home run, but not yet. Cal, as you heard, is one of the greatest baseball players who ever lived. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He set all kinds of records. But the best record he has set is, he has a streak of playing games, and it's like 2,632 games, but that's not his best streak. Today is his 2,633rd straight ribbon cutting that he's done with us. He's never said no. He never says no. So let's stomp our feet for Hall of Famer Cal Ripken Jr.
I've never received that sort of ovation before. That was pretty cool. I was a baseball player, and I had a chance to play in the big leagues for over 20 years. I spent a lot of time on the athletic field as a kid, learning to be a baseball player. And there's so many lessons that you can learn from sport and being on the baseball field. But I was also a really good student when I was in school. And I was a math guy, not so much science guy, but I was a math guy. But there was one girl that was in my class that was a little bit smarter than me, a little bit better than me. Her name was Janet Lutens. And Janet Lutens, the teacher would always say, we got a really tough problem tonight, and we'll see if anybody can solve this. And then he'd look at Janet Lutens and say, even you, this might be really tough for you. And then so we'd go through the problem the next day. He'd start the class and say, did anybody get the problem last night? Nobody would raise their hands, and all of a sudden Janet Lutens would raise her hand. And he'd say, okay, Miss Lutens, go up there on the board. And she'd put the problem on the board, on 3 boards. And he would say, very good job. So one time, he said, I have this extra tough problem. I don't expect anyone in the room to get this one, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So we went home, and I was determined to beat Janet Lutens in this one. So I stayed up and stayed up and stayed up, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, I discovered the answer to this problem, which worked it all out. So I came back to class the next day, and I was trying to be cool about it, but I was excited, and my heart was racing, sitting in the class, and the teacher stood up and said, okay, anybody get that problem last night? I looked over at Janet Lutens, and Janet Lutens did not raise her hand. And then he goes, yeah, I thought that was even too tough for you, Miss Lutens. And I said, I got it. And he goes, oh, Mr. Ripken, okay. And I went up there and I put all of it on the board, this sideboard, the big board, and then another sideboard. And at the end of the time, he looked at me, he shook his head, and he goes, very good, Mr. Ripken. That feeling like that is very similar to winning a championship. You know, that made you feel really, really good, at like you accomplished something. So we couldn't be more proud to be partnering with the Collard Foundation to put in these STEM centers, because it gives you a chance to explore whatever you want to explore, to see what you're good at. When we teach baseball out on the field, and we try to teach lessons of baseball out in the fields, the kids' faces light up, and then they discovered something new, and they want to keep practicing it and doing it. The same effect happens with these STEM centers. All of a sudden, you throw down a kit, and us adults in the room, most of us are intimidated by the kits. You know, we're trying to work really slowly. The kids just tear them open them up. All of a sudden, they got robots moving around. They got things moving on the table. And their faces light up in the same fashion that they do on the baseball field. So that makes us all feel really good. And the goal is to try to find something you love to do, either through education or either through sport. But find that something that you're really good at it, and then go for it. So we couldn't be more proud, you know, to be putting these STEM centers in. You know, we've built many fields across the country, probably 115 by now. And that provides an outdoor classroom for the kids to, you know, practice certain things that we can teach them in sport. But inside the classroom, these STEM centers are way more than we ever thought that we never thought we'd be involved in those. But we really love the fact that it turns kids on in the same way that baseball turns them on, or sports turns them on. So anyway, it's my honor to be here with you all today. I don't know if it's my 2,633 ribbon cutting. We've done quite a few of them. But every time we do this, it's a wonderful celebration, and it's a start of something new. So again, we couldn't be more proud to be here to be with you today. Thank you so much.
That has me thinking of the Toby Keith song, How Do You Like Me Now? Do you ever? Pretty exciting to see what Cal accomplished both as a student and then going on to have a very successful career. So thank you to the Ripken Foundation for all the great work you're doing in the world of STEM education. And to the Collert Foundation, thank you for your gift of bringing 29 of these STEM centers to the kids in Carroll County. Now, before we wrap up the program, I would like to invite all of our speakers this morning and the first row of students. You guys are going to come up and help with the ribbon cutting. And media and other guests, after the ribbon cutting, I want you to head to the library and see all these STEM activities in action. Thank you all for being here today, and congratulations.
I want all students to a countdown from 10.
I would have never guessed we'd get into STEM. We were trying to stay in our lane. What do you know? And Dad was always really good at using baseball and sports to get in front of kids and match them up with mentors and those sorts of things. And we just try to take that magic that Dad had to do the same thing. Somebody came up with an idea because we found that school systems were not just like they were getting rid of physical ed programs, they were also getting rid of some science and technology programs. And so we thought that we could use the same magic that Dad did in baseball. And when you look at the kids out there and they're working the kits, you know, you're reaching a part of them, their curiosity, their interest. You know, they get wide-eyed just like they get wide-eyed on the baseball field. And that's a cool thing, because I firmly believe that you expose kids to things, they then have a curiosity to learn, and they move to things that they really like to do. And I think that's probably one of the keys is if a kid figures out what he wants to do and chases that dream, so to speak, then you know they have a much better chance. So you know, we're really happy that we're able to put these STEM centers, you know, in schools. The Collert Foundation. What a wonderful partnership. And our foundation partners, you know, that's the cool part about it. We don't feel like we know everything. We don't really need all the credit. We just want to help kids. And if anybody else wants to help kids in the same way, we look for those opportunities. And this is the perfect example.
Wow, that's fast.
Oh, you did it! That was so good.
You know, I think in terms of baseball and think of Dad as a teacher and some of the things that he used to give us. You know, there's the boring part of teaching and the monotony and the practice and all that kind of stuff, and then there's a way to enjoy and have fun doing it. And the trick is to mix the two. And I think these science kits or these tools that you can add livens up the curriculum, makes it become more real, more hands-on, and it really works. And I think the teachers, that was another thing, when you look at the teachers, they are into it as much as the kids. And so they can help the kids with their curiosity, which direction to go, you know. And I find that just like a relationship between a coach and a player, and bringing a player out of a slump, and the coach is really help. The coach is so proud, but the player is really appreciative as well, and the same relationship exists out there with the students and the teachers.
And what? Put it on the green. All right. Okay, did I do it right? How do you get them apart?
You're giving tools to teach, and you're trying to excite the kids in an area that they might be excited in. Everyone has an aptitude or an interest in something. Science, to me, and I think I articulated out there, was tough, and it was kind of boring to me. But math kind of lit me up, and so I was able to focus on that. So my message to any of the kids is, you know, try things, do things, discover things, find out if you like it or not, and science could be your thing.
I'm working on a car. Oh, that Kobe.
What's your power source?
Oh, just battery.
Oh, the battery.
You guys want to watch this?